With great power comes great responsibility. If by power you mean movie and responsibility you mean music of Pink Floyd, welcome to Sync Floyd, the only podcast where we watch every movie ever made to see if it syncs up with Pink Floyd's 1973 magnum opus, The Dark Side of the Moon. My name is Gareth Blackler,
Wow.
and with me is James Barron.
Hi, it's me, Uncle Ben. What's up?
Oh no, look out!
Oh no! I can't even remember who kills Uncle Ben. Is it like it's like some random crook, right? A criminal.
Yeah, it's the mugger that Peter Parker lets go, and then it turns out that guy was friends with the Sandman in Spider-Man 3.
Friends with Sandman.
That's going to be my new phrase for like falling asleep. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go be friends with the Sandman for a bit.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, thank you.
Sleepy times. Friends with the Sandman. Well, hopefully the audience isn't friends with the Sandman throughout this listening experience, because we've gone through the ringer on this one. This film was crazy. It's 3 Dev Adam. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. This film was from 1973 as well? That was like the running theme? Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. A Turkish Marvel ripoff.
Yeah.
What a film. Gareth.
Oh my gosh. James, can you just quickly sum up what happens in this film?
Okay. So it's about Spider-Man's a bad guy in this.
Yeah.
And he's doing murders and he's stealing art and selling it in America. That's his big scheme.
Yeah.
And so Captain America comes over to Turkey where this whole operation's going on and to stop Spider-Man is the thing with the help of his friends as well.
Yeah.
Who we'll get into. But yeah, that's sort of the brief summary of this movie. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like they kind of took your sentence and then injected it with just insanity.
Yep.
For 80 minutes.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's a short one.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to if you want to find this film, by the way, you can find it for free on YouTube. It's fairly easy to track down, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, subtitled and all. It's great. Of middling quality, I will admit, but I don't know.
Was the version we watched just recorded off someone's TV, with a different camera?
I hope so. It was you could see spaces between the reels though, so
yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely an old recording of a recording, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It was, we were watching it about 240p or something like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty great. It really added to the whole experience.
Oh, yeah. It kind of took away in that, when people weren't wearing their masks, which was, for the heroes, a lot of it, it was kind of hard to tell whose face was whose.
Yeah. I got very confused throughout as to a lot of the characters, but, and so I gave a lot of them nicknames that we'll get to enjoy.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. It did help that the Captain America in this film had the most impressive jawline ever.
Holy moly, yeah. He's smouldering.
Yeah.
Should we just dive into how this film sank with, or synced up, as you should say, with 1973's The Dark Side of the Moon? Shall we just...
You know what? Let's do that, yeah.
All right, let's dive on in immediately, because that's exactly what this movie does, Gareth. The opening, the opening shot of this movie... No foreplay, is just Spider-Man committing a really horrific murder. Here he is.
Yeah.
He buries a lady in the sand on the beach and cuts up her face with a boat propeller. Woof! Out of nowhere. Yeah. I was like, are we watching the same film, Gareth? When I saw this.
You texted me to check.
Yeah, it kind of freaked me out because a lot of films don't start that way.
No.
No. That happens.
And it was very hard to see it all just with silence, with gentle heartbeats happening.
Yeah, exactly. I kept track, and that happens, and also Captain America arrives in Turkey all before we get to breathe. All in Speak to Me, which is only about I think 30 seconds tops. That song. It's crazy. Anyway, I guess it's setting up the stakes really quickly. If you had any qualms about Spider-Man being a goodie in this film, that ain't happening.
Oh no.
He is here to do crime and not much else. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the opening of this movie. Oof. But then we are treated to one of my favourite parts of this movie, which is the opening credits sequence.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I love this art style. So, like, how to describe it? It's like Polaroids of shots of the film, center screen, and we are pulling out from them and, like, zooming out, and that reveals the titles around them. And it's just that shot played multiple times over, like, various coloured backdrops and stuff, with different scenes from the movie throughout. It's like a little slideshow kind of thing at the start of the film for what you're about to see.
Yeah.
But it's really stylish looking, I thought. I thought this would be a really cool thing to, like, recreate. If we ever do, like, a short film again or something like that, I reckon we should try and ape this opening shot style, because I found it really interesting. And also having this...
It's also great having just shots of the movie you're about to see. Like, your aunt went on holiday to this movie and brought back photos.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Soothing over breathe as well, seeing these shots.
Yes, worked very well.
Because I did a clean watch of this before, so that I know what I was getting into, and to revisit it and with the Floyd watch and seeing all these friendly faces popping up, I was like, oh mate, it's all my friends and foes.
How was this without the Floyd? Like, the bits I watched without it were very, like, loud and...
It was incredible.
Screamy, yeah.
It's a weirdo movie, man. Like, I really want to recommend this film. It's super strange. Mainly for the soundtrack, I just want to say. Like, the soundtrack that we're covering up with Pink Floyd here is pretty unreal. There's a lot of, like, really bad, like, MIDI funk throughout, which is very fun. Especially, there's like an extended strip show sequence which has some of my favourite music committed to film.
Yes. I went back and listened to that music and I dug it.
It's great. I want it as a ringtone.
People were like, oh, what's that sound? He's like, wow, okay, you know Captain America and you know Spider-Man. Well, when they fight and briefly visit a strip club, this is that music.
Yeah. You can hear all about it on my niche podcast. It's sweet.
Yeah. My ringtone's just going to be a full episode of this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anything for the plugs.
That's great. You're going to listen to, like, a full, like, hour and a half podcast. It's the Avatar episode. And it's just, like, completely plays before you answer the phone just in time. It's like, someone on the other end's like, I was waiting for the beep to leave a message and I couldn't.
We'll see you on the dark side of the hello.
Oh.
It's me, Gareth. May I take your call?
They get so confused. They've also got, like, you've also got, like, caller tunes so that they have to listen to the episode when they call you.
Oh,
ingenious.
Man. I bought a caller tune back in the day.
Did you?
Caller tunes were, if no one knows, a brief phase where you could buy a song to play while someone rung you.
Yes.
And, I had the chorus of Green Day's American Idiot.
Fair.
And the thing is, though, you can't get rid of a caller tune. You can only replace it with another caller tune.
What?
So when caller tunes, they stopped making them, I was stuck with Green Day American Idiot for maybe like 3 or 4 years after me kind of wanting that to be the first thing people thought about me when they rung me.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, like, did you ever get rid of it, or if people called you to this day, would American Idiot play?
No, I switched service providers.
That'll do it.
And luckily it got lost in the shuffle.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
What a great time, though. Whoever came up with that idea, shout outs to you, Caller Tunes DJ of the past. Amazing.
I'm just like seeing my past, though, and I just remembered not only that, but briefly my answering message was me doing an impression of the Green Day drummer, Trey Cool.
Wow. You were really into Green Day. Damn.
I was really into Green Day, but...
You had a strong brand.
Yikes.
That's all good.
Yeah, and I was committing. Oh, okay, while I crawl out of the shame pile, what happened next in this film?
Okay, basically we meet up with the commissioner, effectively, or like the chief of police. He has a name, I can't remember it, but I call him the chief for most of my notes.
Yeah.
The Goody crew are meeting up with him and discussing Spider's activities here in Turkey. I call him Spider in my notes as well because he's not officially Spider-Man. They always refer to him as Spider. Yeah. He just looks a lot like Spider-Man. I want to defend the honor of Spider-Man here.
Oh, that's good of you.
Yeah. But anyway, he's hanging out in Turkey and he's got a really complex scheme. And On the Run starts up as Julia, one of the friends, starts explaining his plot to us, effectively. So, if I'm getting this right, Spider, he smuggles artifacts from Turkey to America. He sells them at a low price to antique dealers, and then he rebuys them at high prices, but he circulates fake currency in doing so. Right? And apparently that makes him rich? I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Yeah, and he has to dress as a spider to do it all?
I guess so. I think it's like Captain America later on says that the spider thing is him just being childish, which is kind of funny. But yeah, like I don't really understand how this would make someone rich.
No.
It seems to work. Spider, like later on, is really stoked about letting the millions flow. Which is really good. He's got very clear motivations, but I don't think this plan makes any sense. But hey, anyway.
Like, for all his effort, he's probably breaking. You'd think he'd just break even if he's selling them at a low price.
Right? Yeah. He's just, like, funding his crimes and then, like, he's just getting his own fake money into the system. But anyway, that's all he really wants.
Guess if he goes and resells each antique, like let's say he's got 5 antiques, he sells them every day.
Okay.
And every day buys them back with fake money. And if he keeps that up long enough, like the antiques aren't going anywhere, he's going to just keep making money off the same antiques.
I guess so, yeah. It takes him a while. Like if it's just him finding these antiques, then it's going to take a while. However, like we see the extent of his operations later, and it's pretty expansive, this, like, business that he has going. So, anyway, he's pretty well set up here in Turkey. But anyway, anyway, the Turkish police are after him, and they're onto the whole scam. And apparently, also the mafia are after Spider.
That's how they know he's not mafia affiliated, because the mafia hate him too.
Yeah, they're also after him. In fact, like the very next shot is we cut to some random blokes in hats wandering around, and these guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hearing some stuff in the background. These guys are definitely mafia guys, and you can tell by the high frequency of mustaches in this film. Yes. So they get beaten up by Spider out of nowhere. He like pops out of some piles of wood.
I drew a diagram of this with the note, who built this? Because he builds a little wooden teepee around himself and then must have waited there for a couple hours until the mafia came along.
Yeah.
And then just jumps out of it and starts beating them up.
I don't really know. So was this like, there was someone walking around that the mafia guys were tailing in like a hat and a big overcoat. That wasn't Spider? That was like somebody else?
Well, as we learn, there are many Spider-Men.
Oh, this is true. Yes. Okay. Maybe it's one of his doubles. We'll get to that later. Okay. Anyway, like also the way Spider kills these people was he just shanks them. He just has a knife and stabs them, which is ruthless and terrifying. This like portrayal of Spider-Man so scary, like legitimately villainous. Anyway, the policeman and the Captain America visit the morgue to check out these mafia guys, and that's when the crash and On the Run happens. Checking in on that. They're checking out various like bits of the operation that they know that Spider is involved in. Julia gets sent to like a fashion show at the end of On the Run, and we see some like really good like 70s fashion. Yeah. This fashion show appears to be just taking place in somebody's house, and there's like people coming down the stairs of the house and then like walking around the lounge for the fashion show. Great music in the scene usually as well. Also, Julia lights the world's longest cigarette. I don't know what's going on with cigarettes in Turkey, but they're definitely longer than usual.
She's a busy lady. She doesn't want to keep smoking new cigarettes.
Yeah. I do.
She wants to light it at the start of the day and then finish smoking it for bedtime.
Yeah, fair enough. It's the working man's cigarette. It lasts you the whole day.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, yeah. I do like Julia's presence on this team. I want to cover the team real quick, who we have.
Yeah.
So we got Captain America, who's like got a big mullet and is great. Snappy dresser.
Yeah.
We find out a little bit more about him later. And then we've got another guy who is like wears like fringed jacket, and he has a name as well, but I can't remember what it is. I've been calling him Luchador in my notes because he wears like a luchador mask.
So he's El Santo.
Yes, El Santo.
Who's a legendary like movie star, but is often nothing like this character.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So it's like a recurring role in cinema but teaming up with Captain America in this instance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually El Santo like never takes off his mask, whereas this guy barely wears his mask.
Yeah, hardly ever wearing it. Only when he's doing like vaguely criminal things.
Yeah. Maybe he's not actually El Santo and he's just trying to give the real El Santo a bad name.
Maybe. Who's to say? I don't know enough about El Santo, I'm afraid. But the other member of the team is Julia, of course, who appears to just be the partner of Captain America along for the ride here. Like, it's great that Captain America has, like, a wife in this. I think that's quite a novel concept. I like it. But yeah, she's here. She's also, like, valuable to the team and adds, like, a whole bunch of stuff. So she
for sure. She does a lot of the hard work.
Gets involved. Not just visiting fashion shows, anyway. Meanwhile, while she's at the fashion show, the wrestler guy, Al Santo here, he just randomly follows a suspicious girl, to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, giving the real El Santo a bad name, I guess, just following women to the gym.
Pretty creepy. We get another.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cuts in this movie. Like all the shots are cut together very haphazardly. A lot of stuff is taking place at the same time. It's a little hard to follow, but hey, we get the information that Captain America's suit is bulletproof. I don't know if this is canon or not, but in this movie, definitely canon.
Yeah, well, because he doesn't have his shield, and his shield's usually his bulletproof thing.
Oh, fair enough. It's just like budget cuts.
Yeah, he couldn't take it on a flight.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him take it to Turkey. Oh mate, poor guy.
Oh.
Yeah, so Julia's doing some rummaging around for some clues and stuff here at the fashion show, but unfortunately she gets attacked and then, like, kidnapped by some goons of Spider. And then we immediately cut back to the gym of the karate guys. Yeah, I really love that this movie, just like King Arthur, has a kung fu zone in the middle of Turkey here. Just inexplicably doing some martial arts stuff. Very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, our friend El Santo is doing some recon here. He just starts lifting weights and stuff, shirtless. And the girl that he was tailing's like, he's weird and new. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure most gyms have a strict wear a shirt policy, but you know.
I guess not in
Probably
Turkey.
not in the 70s.
Yeah, maybe not in the 70s. It came later.
Yeah.
We all realized we were too tired of that. We were like, we don't want to see... We only want to see shirts, okay? Shirts, not skins.
Yeah. It's the only team to play on. Shirts.
Oh, man. That could have been the campaign. Would have been great. Like, big posters up in the gyms.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Oh.
So... Next bit, there's a guy at the wharf. So this wharf watcher man, there's like a guy doing recon on the yacht that's appeared for the fashion show in the harbour. And they've got a guy posted doing it, and he's got various methods of watching this. Here he is like, I think it's either the really bad footage of the film that we watched, or it's just he doesn't have anything in his hands, but he like mimes throwing out like a fishing line onto the sea. Yeah. And I can't tell if it's real.
I don't think this guy would have made it very far in The Sting. He's just like, doesn't bring his own props.
Yeah, I know. He does later, but like here he's just pretending to fish at the wharf and has been hanging out here presumably for like days. But hey, later on he is like pretends to be a blind man wandering around, which is a better like stakeout thing, I think. It's just like, there's the lost wharf blind man. He's always there.
That's totally like his day 2 idea. His first day, it was like he shows up, realizes he's got nothing to pretend with, fakes fishing for a full day, goes to bed, wakes up, and is like, I don't need to mime. I can just pretend to be blind or something.
Ingenious.
Yeah.
Don't need to buy this fishing line to sell this lie.
Yeah.
I could just wear my blind clothes that I have. You know.
You don't need a line to sell a lie.
Yeah, there you go. That's the truth.
3 Devadam in cinemas now.
In cinemas never, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, moving on from this lying wharf man, we've got Time Solo is playing over Captain America. He's like driving along with the chief. And he picks up Julia's signal on his watch. Julia's like pressing a little button on her watch and signaling Captain America, being like, I've been captured. Like, I guess through Morse code? Or she's just sort of like beeping at him. She's in distress anyway.
Yeah.
And so there's a bloody car chase here coming up behind you again. Race around, come up behind you again, mate. As soon as the car chase is going on. Into it.
Loved it.
That's a sync, baby.
Oh, yeah. Mark that one thing.
One so far. We've got to time, so...
Yeah,
you know,
it's not bad. That's 3 songs.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So... the next bit really confused me. So they randomly stop the car because the baddies in the car with Julia, they took a turn off, which means they must be close to the hideout, is what is said in the subtitles. Because they turned off, it means they're close to the hideout, and so they just stopped chasing them. Is that right?
I mean, no. That's right in what's happened, but that's not right in how the world works.
Yeah, right?
But I guess I've never had a hideout, so...
Yeah, true. I guess, yeah.
Maybe it's just one of those just hideout things.
Yeah, I mean, Captain America probably has a sense for where people's hideouts are. He can probably realize, he's been in multiple car chases, and he's like, if they take a turn off down one of these roads, it means that's where their hideout is. Ingenious. Yeah. It makes total sense now. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably just one of his powers that we don't... Like, it's deep in the comic book lore that, he just is real good at guessing hideout locations.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll take it. I mean, see, he was in the war, right? He'd probably be good at, ferreting out, hidden places and things like that. Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
I'm into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, he takes this opportunity to, change into his outfit very slowly. His bulletproof suit. Meanwhile, the baddies tie up Julia and call Spider on the phone and let him know that they've caught her. They were supposed to take her to the yacht, but they didn't because they were being tailed. So they just took her to this other hideout place. I don't think the yacht is ever shown, which is kind of strange.
No, there's no yacht. Maybe there was a full deleted scene of a yacht and it had Batman in it or something. But
the dream.
Yeah, only Batman's lawyers were smart enough to try to stop it.
What up, Bruce? Here you are in Turkey. Just enjoying the fashion show, eh? Not in league.
Oh, interesting that someone's been fighting jokers around here. Can't have been you, Bruce.
Nah, never Bruce. He's just on his cruise around Turkey, as he does. Oh my god!
Ever since you got here, the old Riddler population's been getting lower. Oh, Bruce.
Well, speaking of Batman, I want to talk about there's a fight scene that plays out here in this, because Captain America shows up. This is very 60s Batman. Throughout,
absolutely.
Throughout this whole thing, all these fight scenes just remind me so much of the Adam West TV show Batman.
Yeah,
without
the
big pow and bang things appearing on the screen.
Yeah.
But very much choreographed, very awkward,
I kind of loved the choreography. It felt like two people... every time someone was fighting, it felt like two people who were very aware of how movie people fight, but weren't aware of what each other were going to do. So everyone does these great moves that kind of feel really awkward.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. It's they are very aware of what's being shown on screen, but it is very stilted, and you aren't it feels kind of real, throughout.
Yes, yeah,
yeah. For that reason, yeah, it's stressful, but also quite comic booky and fun. So
Yeah.
I'm into it. There is a little bit where Captain America, he jumps up and like swings around on like a little hanging cord for no real reason. He just,
yeah.
he does. I just wanted to point that out in the fight because it made me laugh.
He also does this weird move that I've been trying to name where he like has both his hands up in a V shape, like he's doing the start of the YMCA.
Yeah.
Then he swings them down and double taps someone on the shoulder blades and that knocks them down.
Yeah, like with like both his arms at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. There's a lot of strange moves throughout. Later on, like there's a karate man appears and tries to suplex the El Santo in like a very strange way and ends up getting like reverse suplexed, and it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I will say that those karate like doo-doo does sync perfectly with the doo-doo starting off Great Gig in the Sky.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, we're not there yet, but we've got to we've got to get there. We've got Captain America, he sees Spider and like chases him through a little graveyard.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's so many fight scenes in this movie. And they happen like the space in between them isn't that long.
No.
So I was a full fight ahead.
It's like full, yeah. Well, I jumped ahead a little bit to talk about El Santo, but yeah, like they've got to go through this like weird graveyard mini fight.
Yeah.
So Spider's just sort of running away and like getting beaten up quite badly. Like Captain America is way better than him.
yeah.
The next bit I do need to talk about. Okay, so as part of this chase, Captain America gets his like foot stuck in a little gravestone, and then Spider manages to get out ahead of him. But then he like leaps off of. We cut to like a little man with a hat, and he's holding.
Oh, I forgot about him. I completely blacked him out.
Oh, he's the best. He's holding like a bottle of whiskey or something. He's clearly a drunk, and he says, his line is "Fly away, little birds." And it's like, what? And then Spider-Man jumps over like the fence of the graveyard and down in front of him, which prompts this man to like freak out, like think he's hallucinating, and he looks at the bottle and says, "It's because of you," and starts running away. It's the best thing.
Like, I love these scenes where you get some guy, like, look at his... Like, it happens, I think, in a lot of old Disney. Like, something weird will happen and someone will look at a drink and throw it away. But this was just, like, the most literal version of that.
It's so good.
Like, literally talking to his bear. And then,
He was so disturbed by it.
He looks like another one of the Owen Wilson family. Like, just the least popular one.
Kinda, yeah. Like he is out of time completely. This man, he is just He you could place him in any film reacting to any situation. You could cut this one scene into any film and it would work. It's the best.
I'm worried that he's going to come with us on this quest and we're going to start just seeing him appear in our films.
Oh no! He like looks at the bottle and then throws it away in so many situations. Yeah. I'm into it.
Get to the point where we sit down to watch, like, I don't know, Return of the Jedi, and instead we just get 2 hours of this man silently drinking and then turning to us and going like, "Do you like Pink Floyd, Gareth and James?"
Oh no. It's very David Lynch. That's very scary.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hopefully Captain America protects us from this.
That's all I can hope. Anyway, old mate Captain America is still on the chase, but Spider gets into like his car and starts driving away, and Captain America is like beating him up through the window. Like the car is driving and he's being like dragged along, punching him through the window. Very Fast and Furious.
Oh, so good, yeah.
Loved it. Anyway, okay, so the next scene is the whole El Santo bit here. With money starts up over this perfectly as well. So El Santo's got to steal some documents here from the Kung Fu gym, the owner of that, I guess the manager. In my notes I've said he's shirtless without a cape, just to make sure, to set the scene. No, with a cape rather. Anyway, so he sneaks in and starts like shoving documents down the front of his pants because he's got nowhere else to put them.
Very The Sting.
Yeah, very good.
This must have been a thing people did in 1970. Like,
yeah, man.
Satchels weren't around, so you just put papers in your underwear.
He's seen The Sting. He knows that's the best way not to get like robbed while robbing.
Yeah.
Ingenious. And then he's cracking the safe, but unfortunately the manager guy returns because he's like forgotten something and like pulls a gun on him. The line "keep your hands off of my stack" plays here, which I thoroughly like.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Anyway, it's his money. It's a hit also when he starts punching him in the face. This poor manager guy. He has a rough go of it. El Santo just straight up robs him as well. No real reason to this. Just because he's a bad guy. Just steals his wallet and takes the money out of it. There's a really weird shot of El Santo's face like as he's rummaging around in this guy's shirt pockets. It's like, what? This is supposed to be a good guy. Anyway, there are three little karate guys intercept El Santo here on the way out. They instantly identify him as a thief, just based on looking at him.
Oh, these are the guys who were like, I hope no one catches us sneaking into the gym at night.
Yeah, that's right.
A thief.
Yeah, a thief. Well, better use our skills.
Yeah, good thing we snuck in here at night and learned more karate.
Yeah, so this whole fight plays out over the money solo. It's so good. A fourth guy is also waiting in the wings and shows up immediately to try that like suplex move on El Santo. It doesn't work well.
Yeah.
But I love that he just enters the room and then just does a pose as if he's like, hell yeah, let's fight. He was ready to do that anyway. It was great.
Yeah.
Anyway, good old El Santo. He makes short work of them and he reports back with the stolen letters. He makes a little joke about stealing this guy's money, and Captain America like raises his glass in response to this. It's like everyone's like on board with it. The chief of police is like, "Well, I'll have to arrest you for that," and everyone's like, "Oh, he did just rob a man."
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems kind of harsh.
These guys and their banter, like,
oh man,
I don't know if I should I cut ahead. This is amazing banter, like
the top bands.
I think a full album ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait because it does spoil the bizarre strip club plotline.
It does. But we'll get there.
Okay.
All right, what happens next? So Spider's like checking in with the manager. He like lies about not being, he's like, oh, no one has those documents. It's fine. Anyway, the manager's cruising for a bruising and and us and them is starting up now. As Spider, this is where he does his second murder of the film. First one happened in like the first 10 seconds. The second one, he like breaks into a lady's house to murder her while she's having a bath. He like dramatically stands on her bar of soap, which is really rough, and then like strangles her with the shower cord head, I guess. Like the shower head's on like a long cord that he strangles her with. All of this is to steal like one statuette, which seems like
she was distracted. Like he could have just taken it.
He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone on like a full murder spree. This guy, it's really bad. I did note that Spider has a lot of good eye acting. He does lots of good shifty eyes, and this is where
is he wearing white eyeshadow as well?
Yes, I think so. As part of it, like he's to highlight his eyes inside the sockets of the like ski mask that he's wearing. It's the only way.
Yeah, we haven't really described it. He's wearing like a green, I guess, Riddler's outfit minus the question marks.
Sure.
A bright red, ski mask, white eyeshadow, and there's a drawing of a spider on his green jumpsuit.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, clearly. There's a spider on the front and back. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you think he ended up like this? Like, let's say he was also a high schooler bitten by a spider. Also in New York.
He has no real powers, though, except that he's like, there's a lot of him. But, I don't know. Like, Captain America has his bulletproof, outfit. But no one else.
Captain America seems the closest to the beloved character.
Yeah, they got that the most right. I don't know. I don't know if Spider he grew up in Turkey or America. He's had a rough life. Oh, give us the Marvel. You know how you're doing the the tragic backstories of certain characters for your films, give us Spider-Man's one for once. Give us the Spider-Man origin story that you've been wanting to make.
Yeah, you guys have not made any Spider-Man origin stories yet.
I've never seen it. It's waiting to happen. How did he grow up to be a Turkish villain? Just let us know. The people want to know. All right? Oh, man. Anyway, he's stolen a wee statuette, and it's great. Also, the news is sweeping the nation. It's in the paper the next day. The headline is latest news, rich woman killed in bathroom. That's the headline. And
that's not kind.
No, it's rough. Captain America's really upset by it as well. We see his face. Yeah. He's like very upset. Anyway, he sends off Julia to get the documents repaired. These were just like torn up. So I figure that'd be pretty easy to put back together, but maybe it's more complicated than that. I don't know. But he says the line, "Go to the lab and help the experts," which I really like.
Yeah. That's a man who does not know what the experts do.
Yeah. Let's just get it done, all right? It's great.
Yeah.
Then we cut back to Spider with his girlfriend / partner, Nadia, here. They're both getting real horny over the statuette, Scarif.
Yeah, they are wild for these statues.
They love them. They are like really awkwardly. This is where they talk about letting the millions flow. They're really into it. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens now? Old mate. So Captain America, like, he tails the lady that El Santo was tailing before.
This is like our spying sequence.
Yes. Everyone's gone off in different directions. Julia's checking out with the experts, getting the documents sorted. Captain America's tailing that lady, and I think El Santo and the Chief are going to like check out the yacht. I think.
Yes, yeah.
But the yacht is never shown. It's just sort of them like traveling around by boat and then eating tea and sandwiches.
Yeah, they're having a lovely day.
Yeah, they just have a wee boat date. It's very nice. I mean, El Santo needed it after beating up 4 karate guys, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But Captain America, anyway, this is where the actual stuff is happening. He, like, tails this lady to a mannequin shop, is the best way I could describe it. I think... I think it's in the plot they say mannequin shop as well.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre. You would think it'd be like a dressmaker's or something. No, the shop makes mannequins.
Mannequins have to come from somewhere.
That's true, but that seems really niche. But there's probably one in all of Turkey, but hey. And it's a front for Spider's operations.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway. Yes, Captain America weirdly saves this girl that he's tailing from, like, some creep who's like come up behind her and like hitting on her. He like says, "You wouldn't hit on my sister" or something, and then like beats him up. This is more like comic relief stuff, I think, but it's really weird.
Yeah.
Don't really understand why he's doing this. She didn't seem interested in this guy and was walking away from him anyway. I think it's just to maybe show Captain America is a good guy overall, I guess.
Yeah. I guess it's like kind of your run-of-the-mill basic save the cat screenwriting, like just remind you, like 40 minutes in, oh yeah, this is our good guy.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, in case you'd forgotten. I feel that makes a lot more sense, actually. So I think they just couldn't find the yacht, old mate El Santo and the Chief. They couldn't find it. Any color you like is starting up, and they do find, however, some of Spider's goons down at the beach. They're burying some money? I
guess so.
Because the Chief makes a joke about how El Santo comes to Turkey and he finds money all the time. He's so lucky. But he also just robs people, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's just been telling the Chief, like, no, I just found it.
I keep finding it, mate. It just keeps falling into my pockets. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah,
Either way, he beats the crap out of these guys. The Chief also helps out and grabs someone by the hair. Pretty rough stuff. These poor goons, they're getting roughed up.
Yeah, it's not a good life being a goon, especially like when you're a goon of someone who the film even calls simple-minded.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough. Being a hench, being a goon or a henchman, it's not a good life. Don't advise it. Look for other career paths.
Yeah, there's all kinds of other careers if you're intimidating and forgettable.
Yeah, you could be a humble mannequin salesman or the drunk guy leaning against the fence. Or like a blind informant to the police.
That's your career advice, is become a local drunk?
Yeah, sure, it's an option.
Oh, yeah.
Probably better than being a henchman or a goon. That's all I'm saying, alright?
I also need to quickly say, in my neighborhood, I've just looked it up, there are 3 mannequin stores.
Whoa, what?
According to Google. Google might be a bit off, but yeah.
That seems like too high a number. Wow, that's crazy. I really want to know.
That's a lot of Spider-Men up to no good.
Oh, man. I want to know how many there are in Christchurch now. Hang on. Mannequin store.
Listeners, tweet us your local mannequin store number.
Have you been? Is it good? What kind of mannequins they got? Various genders? Animal mannequins? I don't know. Are there animal mannequins?
Yeah, you got to dress animals.
you got to dress animals. You gotta. Like there's little coats that dogs
Auckland,
wear.
there was this famous house that was just full of creepy mannequins right by the window.
Oh, wow.
And my ex-girlfriend lived there.
What?
And when I saw her house for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh.
Why?
You live in mannequin house?
Is that why they became your ex-girlfriend? Because they lived in a haunted mannequin house?
I'll plead the fifth on that. But
all right.
Yeah, you had to go through the mannequin room to get to the actual house.
Wild.
And my gosh, scary times. The mannequin legs were like hanging in the kitchen.
Oh no, that's no good. That is not a good place to be.
No, it wasn't. Like, she moved out. It was, creepy.
She knew. She knew it was bad. All right. Yeah. Sweet. Great. I'm so glad to have learned so much about mannequins from this film. Amazing. Anyway, so we're going to cut back to the film now. Old mate.
Yes.
So Captain America returns to the house, and Julia's back. She's got the documents sorted out. They've got various addresses on them of the people that Spider's going to murder. Seems fine. It's like no good.
Yeah.
She's like, it's all.
That's the kind of thing you want to leave lying around.
Yeah, you know. She's like, it's all in hand. These people are like being surveilled on now, so it's all good. And yes, brain damage starts up as Spider. It's like, I think this is the exact same shot as last night, where it's just the crew hanging out. And the manager of the gym is there getting like absolutely destroyed by Spider. He's really pissed at him for losing the addresses. And as punishment, he sends some very hungry mice down a very long tube to eat his face.
Yeah.
Horrible.
We do have some quick cuts between the victim, the Spider-Man, and the mouse in time with the guitars. But and this is a torture scene that's in 1984 as well.
Oh, really?
This mouse in a tube eating your face. But this mouse, they clearly couldn't hire a vicious enough looking mouse actor, and this mouse looks so lovely.
It looks so cute. It looks like it would just go up there and have a wee sniff and do nothing, basically. I guess they wouldn't starve a mouse to make this film, which I'm glad. Either way, in my notes I've written likelihood of brain damage high for this type of punishment, I thought. Anyway, we're into Eclipse now as we hard cut to the weird strip show sequence. It's great.
Yes.
We've got
can you explain the strip show?
The chief is hanging out here at a club.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. There's...
The chief is...
there's a full-on band. No, you go.
Oh, no. The chief is watching this whole, silhouette strip show with the deadest eyes and blankest expressions.
Yeah, he's not at all interested. He's just here for the recon, I think, because this is a club that's associated with Spider, so it's all fine. But so the strip show playing out, there's a big circular panel of paper, I guess, and the stripper is dancing behind it, through pantomime kind of style, removing clothes and things. But also around her is like a sort of Beatles cover band kind of group of mustachioed gentlemen, all just playing their various instruments. They're playing my favorite song in the movie, which I'm very into. But for us, we're getting a clips and then nothing.
Yes, the only part with his rock music in this film is silent.
Yeah, absolute silence. We've got.
It's a proud anti-sync.
Yeah, absolutely. So the silent bit also happens like that. We get just the heartbeats when she like really awkwardly tears through this paper to like continue the strip show. But yeah, she does it not very amazingly, I would say.
Yeah,
but
we later hear that she's not their best stripper.
Well, yeah, they get flying one in from Athens. At the start of playthrough 2, our bartender friend here, he's very like Weasley, but has a great face. I thoroughly enjoy him.
This bartender is trying to become a star.
Yeah.
Like he is not quitting.
He's acting his ass off. He's here. He's talking about Miss Jeanette, who's coming in from Athens the following night, and so. The chief like formulates a plan, puts himself down to go tomorrow night as well, and he heads back to the boys. In fact, Captain America and El Santo. Los Santo. Los Santo would be his sister. Yeah, there you go.
Or La Santo.
They show up at the mannequin shop aforementioned, and this is a front for the counterfeit currency printing business, I think, or part of the operation anyway. Because somebody does get thrown into a big like printing press that's in the background.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, there's a fight immediately breaks out in the basement here.
Of course,
a bunch of guys get beaten up through various extreme moves. 2 guys just escape. They're getting away, jump into their car. But El Santo and the Cap run back and pick up the car, and its wheels are just spinning away. And then they're like, "Oh, actually, if we put the car down, it'll just drive into this conveniently placed pile of paint cans." Of course, that they were probably going to drive into anyway. Amazing.
I love when a henchman just defeats themselves.
Oh, so good. It's very 60s Batman,
Yes.
Anyway, we next got On the Run. There's a perfect sync of On the Run at the start of Spider-Man creeping in to do another murder here. Just a shot syncing up with the start of the song, which I like. So there's more like bathroom murders occurring. There's just these 2 folks like making out in the shower. Anyway, he like breaks in and then stabs them with like a fire poker. Is how best I could describe it. Like through both of them.
Yeah, brutal.
A very impressive feat of strength to stab through a person to the other person is very impressive.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Anyway,
not very wasteful.
Takes them out. Very dramatic. We get like blood coiling down towards the plug hole like Psycho. It's great.
This doesn't quite work out the way I think the movie meant, because it's like no blood, too much blood immediately in the drain.
Yeah. It's a brutal murder though, so I guess it's like trying to emphasize how messed up Spider is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now we get the weird joke bit here with so Julia has been sent off to Athens to replace Miss Jeanette as the stripper. This is the plan. As a cover to like break into the club. This seems a little extreme considering that like they don't know, I guess they know what Julia looks like, but it doesn't work. Like she could just have gone in the same way that the chief did, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There are also like women at the strip club, like hanging out in the audience and stuff. So it's not like unprecedented for one to show up. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and because they've seen a photo of the stripper she's replacing anyway, so it's like
and she looks nothing like
oh, you look different,
right?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh god, my computer. Why? Yeah. So El Santo, he makes the joke that she's going to be a stripper, and he's like, and presenting Miss Julia. And then Cap follows this up with the retort that he's somehow Frank Sinatra?
Yeah. And this is her dandy host, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. I don't understand the context of this joke.
No.
It doesn't...
And then, like, they all stop laughing. Like, you do not joke about Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, all their faces fall. Like, very sad.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't understand what's happening here. I so badly want to laugh at this joke, but I can't.
Yeah, I want to join our friends and laugh.
Yeah. Oh, well. We're going to move on to another Spider-Man murder. So...
Yeah.
I didn't put this together until, like, quite a while after my second watch, but,
Oh, yeah?
So the maid gets killed here, and, like, a maid of, like, one of the family, and then that prompts a lady to come in and scream about the dead maid, and she also gets murdered. And it's Spider posing as the driver for the family of this, like, he's gotten into this house by pretending to be the driver of this family. But also... Like, it's him without his mask on. We now know what Spider looks like. It's just this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, I only just put that together. That could well be wrong, but I think that's what's happening here. It was very confusing seeing this random murder play out otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so strange. All the clocks go off, syncing up with my complete confusion about this scene. But
yes. Yeah, this was... So this has been a throwback watch for us in a couple reasons. One, that I kept you waiting while I frantically tried to finish the movie.
Yeah, as is typical.
And two, that the clocks flipped me right out this time. I got so spooked.
Big time scary. It's like right after the crazy murder and Spider's doing his shifty eyes thing with Sans mask. But it's a very confusing scene, very stressful because it's murder, and then all the clocks go off. Fair enough, Gareth. I don't blame you for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
So, in the very next shot, there's all these detectives checking out this scene, and they're using magnifying glasses, which I love. I guess, magnifying glasses are associated with, crime scene investigation, but to see one in action, it feels like such a novelty.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So, scene after that, though, is Spider and Nadia are back with the statuettes, Gareth. They're getting all horned up again. They're loving it. And then they have a sex scene.
Yeah, they get so horned up by these bloody statues. Now, this sex scene.
Yeah.
I know people probably don't listen to us for us to break down sex scenes in detail, but you've got to for this one. It's the weirdest one since The Room.
It's super weird. It's very, very strange for multiple reasons. So, she's doing the crazy moaning and stuff, as you do while having sex. but, at the end of the scene, we cut to two doll heads, painted heads of dolls, who turn to look at each other, and then they disappear, and then another doll head appears, but it's a policeman. Staring down the lens. What? What is going on? Completely unexplained. What is happening, Gareth? Do you know?
Okay. Let's try to figure this out.
Let's break this down.
Spider-Man creates strings. Puppets go on strings.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man, one of his enemies is Mysterio, who does magic. Puppets. No?
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So, sex, right? Sex is, I don't have an end to the sentence, and I'm hoping my flatmates aren't walking past my room just hearing me go, sex? What is sex?
What is it?
So it's a Spider-Man mannequin. He's a man, and he's akin to a spider. Spider-Man.
What is a mannequin but a puppet of a man, eh?
And I meant to say marionette, not mannequin. I'm still flipped out from the mannequins of the past.
Yeah, mannequins on the brain.
Marionette, marriage. Okay, so you consummate your marriage. Marionette. Maybe his girlfriend's middle name is Annette.
Nadia Annette, I'll take it. Okay.
Yeah, Nadia Annette Man, wife of Spider-Man.
Annette Man, hyphen.
Yeah, no matter which way you slice it, this is a film where Spider-Man has some sex and some puppets watch him.
Yeah, that's all I can really say. They also are just appearing out of complete darkness as well, which adds to the heightened drama of it. It's very upsetting. Yeah. Can't really explain it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be one of those a mystery lost to time, Gareth.
Yeah, because no one's gonna look into this. Why this happened?
No, I guess not. There's no way you could ask the director probably anymore either.
Yeah.
If you have a theory, listeners, definitely write it.
Yes.
My goodness.
Hashtag puppets watching Spider-Man have sex.
I legit cannot imagine anyone using that hashtag, but also I cannot I can't wrap my head around it. One, just Spider-Man having a sex scene in a film is wild, but just having these little puppets, what are they about? Why? I love them. I love them because I can't explain it.
Exactly. It's so rare in this world to have something you can't explain.
It's true.
You can. Yeah.
I can't believe that we got a sex scene weirder than all of the ones in the room.
Yeah.
That's unreal. Anyway, a spider. After post-coital, he gets a call about the mannequin shop getting raided. And he makes a vow to catch Captain America and just starts popping off basically. Anyway, he's I'll get him after I do the robbery, which is the very next scene. So he's robbing, I think, a museum. But anyway, suddenly both our masked good guys are here. El Santo and then Captain America are both here. And in a very confusing sequence, they're both fighting individual Spider-Men here.
Yeah, I got so excited, ready to say this movie made a huge mistake.
Yeah, but no. No.
Oh, no.
It was fully intentional that they're both fighting Spider-Man here because it turns out there are multiple doubles of Spider-Man. A lot of the time, Spider-Man will get defeated, he'll go down, and then another one will appear from out of frame and go, ha ha ha, and then the fight will continue. You know?
The weirdest thing is if any of these Spider-Men would go and fight alongside the other Spider-Men, they'd probably win, but they all just stand perfectly still until the last one is killed.
Also, a lot of the time, Spider-Man is trying to get away from these guys, trying to run away, and instead of doing that, instead of making the clean getaway, he has to jump into frame and go, ha ha ha, in order to get them on the scent again. It's crazy. It's his special power throughout this movie to have I think about 8 or 9 body doubles. It's so good.
Although, could this be where the Spider-Verse idea came from?
This is the original Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
If you look deep into the background of one of the shots in Spider-Verse, you see 9 of the same green Spider-Man.
Yeah. And then deeper in the background are some puppets watching.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Unreal. Oh, I hope that's true. I hope it's true. Man. So, yes, great gig starts up now as we're chasing yet another Spider-Man out of the building. There's a very comical shot where El Santo has a Spider-Man over his shoulder and Cap runs out, sees him doing that, it's double takes and then keeps running. And El Santo walks into a room with 2 other downed Spider-Man. So good. But anyway, he's chasing him out into some scaffolding. This one loses and drops the statuette that he's, of course, stolen to add to the horny statuette stash. But, he drops it down to the floor where there's another Spider-Man waiting to catch it down at the street. And he gets in a car and gets away. So good. This is the use of the body double being used effectively here. This is the only time it works out, I want to say. Yeah. Anyway, so then the next part of this, they go to the club. There's more stripping going on. This is immediately after the robbery. So our boys El Santo and Captain America show up out of costume here to as part of their mission. So they order some whiskey, which I love that Captain America has seen multiple times drinking whiskey throughout this. So good.
He's a real 70s Captain America, eh? He's got a girlfriend.
He super
drinks
is.
whiskey.
He's wearing like a sort of flared, patterned jacket. Yeah. He offers a smoke to his captor. He's very like James Bondy, actually. It's kind of great.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so Julia's in the back here. She's posing as Miss Jeanette for this. Unfortunately, though, the boys get spotted by the girl who they both have tailed at this point. She recognizes them and goes like, oh, shit, and sends the goons down on them. And so naturally a bar fight breaks out.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is all according to plan, though, because they say as soon as we see Julia, we'll go down, basically. They choose to get captured in order to find Spider's hideout, I think, as part of the plan. But unfortunately, Julia has no idea about this plan or is uninformed because they have to torture it out of somebody later. But it's a strange one. Anyway, they get into a bar fight. But yeah, intentionally get captured as well. Some serene, great gig vocals over this bar fight. Lovely.
Yeah.
They start losing on purpose right as that song finishes as well. Okay.
And this bartender who we've been annoyed at already is just freaking out about this whole fight.
Yeah, his poor his club's getting destroyed. I don't think he is part of this operation.
That's true.
He's just he wasn't aware that this was a front for whatever Spider's got going on. Just wants to make an honest living.
He just seems like he's a huge fan of strippers.
Yeah, he knows a lot about them, so there you go. Fair enough. Anyway, so
oh my gosh.
Next up, poor Meryl. The girl that I've been talking about who's been tailed multiple times has revealed that her name is Meryl. And she's got a great memory because she recognizes these boys. Anyway, they get taken away. The boys get taken away, and then she goes into the back, and Julia takes her out with a shoe to the back of the head, which is rough.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would be enough to take someone out, but it does. Anyway, the chief shows up as well to interrogate her about where they've taken El Santo and the captain. But she doesn't really have any real reason to confess. I guess he says that she'll face the gallows, which is pretty rough. But in order to save herself, she's like, I'll tell you everything. Which seems kind of, I don't know. Seems not super in line with typical evil, but hey, I'll take it. She's saving her own bacon. So, fair enough, Meryl. Okay, the boys, they've been captured and they get sent down to a little basement, and then they use the old fake fight trick to get out of this. They start beating each other up and yelling, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you, it's all your fault," and stuff like that.
This is pretty cool because they show us behind the curtain on how they made these fight scenes. You see them put their hands up to stop the punches and slaps.
Very true. Yeah, this is almost definitely showing the camera this is how we did this throughout the whole film, but we are just showing you.
Yeah, but it does ruin all the subsequent fight scenes because you're like, okay, you're still fake.
Yeah, still very fake, but hey, we'll allow it. It was campy to begin with, so if you're not on board by now. Yeah, it's definitely sold me. Anyway, this is enough to fool the security guard who runs off and gets the goons back. He runs off as soon as the solo ends of money, the descending scale bit happens as he's running up the stairs away, which is nice. Anyway, so they break out of the little cell as money is fading into us and them. And there's a big old fight that happens here with all the goons and stuff. Captain gets shot 4 times. by the club owner guy. Another great face.
He does not click that Captain America's bulletproof because he's constantly, every bullet, he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's shooting him in the chest and Captain America notably not wearing a mask. Could have been shot in the face any amount of times. But takes 4 bullets to the chest and then takes this guy out. Unfortunately, poor Naja gets shot here. Just by sort of bad luck in that, the gunman's arm gets twisted in a way where he shoots her accidentally. Pretty rough. I guess just for added like stakes for Spider versus Captain America. But hey, yeah. So the Captain chases after Spider and like beats him up multiple times.
Like beats several of these Spider-Men just to death.
Yeah, within an inch of their life, and then later multiple times kills them. Yeah. There's a really great bit that I want to gloss over here, where Captain is nearly defeated by a very powerful fan.
He's chasing after Spider-Man. Spider-Man turns on a fan, and it's too strong for Captain America.
His bulletproof vest is weighing him down, and he can't get past it. It's very funny acting where he's like trying to drag himself past this big fan. But yes, anyway, the big like battle / like chase sequence plays out in like Spider's big warehouse here. I guess all of these boxes are filled with statuettes. But Spider keeps getting away. He like either dies and is immediately replaced by another Spider-Man going or he gets away. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, and that happens like about 4 times. I think there are a total of like 5 Spider-Men in this one sequence. They die in various like pretty rough ways. One of them gets like crushed under some like industrial equipment, like a big press, like crushes him flat, rough. We see his hand like go up in the air, like Another one gets run over by like a cart at the end.
Yeah, some sort of like little gold mining cart that's just in the establishment.
As you do. And then that's the last one. But before that, there's another one where like he falls into like a trough filled with like flour or something, some powder of some kind anyway, and pulled up to the top of this mechanism where he gets trapped inside of it. And we see his head poking out of like a little A-frame, and apparently that kills him.
Oh, you don't put your head in an A-frame.
It's all like, oh no. But yeah, it's great. This whole battle like ranges all over this warehouse as well. They go like up and down scaffolding and on like a little minecarty thing. It's great. Very fun. Very like this is where they put in the most effort with the fight scene, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like why they made this movie, is they wanted to show this.
Yeah. Fair enough. And yeah, it's all over. Like it appears that like it's the Spider-Man's done. He's just he gets run over by that minecart. We see his little head poking out between the tracks, and he's like, "Oh no!" And then he gets run over, and that's it. There's no more Spider-Man to come out and go, "Ah ha ha ha!" So presumably he's dead.
Yeah. I guess once you kill one and you wait like 5 seconds for anyone to go, ah ha ha ha, then you know
I guess so.
You've done it. You've got them all.
That's it. So yeah, very quickly the film wraps up here. We've got...
Oh yes. Almost as quick as it started.
Oh. Yeah. Almost. Yes, like he's completely disappears, right? Old mate Spider's gone, so... They reunite, the whole crew reunites. Julia gives Captain America a big old hug. And then, cut to, like, the airport, them leaving immediately. Like, they're saying bon voyage, but unfortunately, like, out of nowhere, Captain, he spies someone in the back of, like, a taxi, and it's Spider. Yeah. He's in there. You see his little face poking out. He's like, oh, ho, ho. And so Captain America rushes into action.
Freaks out.
Runs over, tears the mask off this guy's face, and it's just some idiot pulling a prank. He like sticks his tongue out to camera and goes like, just some doofus. What's going on?
And everyone laughs, and like slowly Captain America decides it was funny.
Yeah, he's like, this wasn't funny at all. This was a mean prank, but all right. Since I'm in
this man murdered many people. Why did you buy a mask of his face?
Right. Yeah, anyway, he finally finds it funny after about 5 seconds and then tosses the mask over his shoulder, freeze frame. That's the end of the film.
Yeah.
Woo. Wow.
Oh, wow.
What an experience. What a thrill ride adventure for the ages. Eh?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Do you think it needed the characters to be Captain America and Spider-Man and El Santo?
I think it definitely added to it. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing all 3 of them. They had a lot to offer, the film. I don't know. I wanted more information, if anything. If there could be a sequel to this movie, I'd be a big fan of that. But anyway, we've got to move on to the final part of our podcast, Gareth. What did you think? How did it sink? Lay it on me.
What did I think and how did it sink? I'm worried that we're in a little bit of, I don't know if it's us or these movies, but I feel like this wasn't a strong hey. I feel like this was another weak sync.
Yeah, man. Not strong. There was some, and I was digging, but it was, again, this is one that had like a lot going on. Huge amounts, like they crammed everything into about like an hour and 18 minutes or something, a very short amount of time. And yeah, there was
Pink Floyd. Oh, sorry, I cut you off mid.
There was just no time for the band to keep up, you know? They were, it was Russian or Dragon. They were doing their best trying to keep up, but they couldn't. Poor boys.
Pink Floyd are like that friend you've got who has to be the most interesting person in the room.
Yeah.
Like, Pink Floyd have not worked when the movie has out, like, has made you, like, too shocked to notice them.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
But I'm not willing to call that as a theory because I don't want to keep us stuck with watching boring things.
Well, yeah.
You know, we're scientists, but we've got to, we're human scientists.
We're human scientists, and I want to offer a rating of a 3 again. 3 last time, right? Yeah, I want to go 3 again.
Yeah.
It was on par from the previous experience, so yeah. Well, in that notion, Gareth, it's my turn to choose the next film, right? So maybe I'll choose like a more of a slow burn kind of movie. You know, not a long film. I promise it'll be fine. But it's like a bit of a slower movie. I also want to return to since we haven't done much of it and we're two fearful boys. You know, I'm going to do another horror movie. Gareth, are you prepared? Is this all right?
A slow horror?
Yeah.
I'm worried.
It'll be good. It'll be good because it's my favorite horror movie of all time. It's 1982's The Thing.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen this.
It's a good one, mate. I just really... the excuse of this is just I really want to talk about The Thing. I love it. So...
Okay.
But also, let's see how it syncs with a great old album, eh? How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds great.
Sweet.
Dark Side of the Thing.
Dark Side of the Thing, yeah. Oh, man.
Thing Side of the Thing.
Yep. We'll workshop it.
That was again me like, I got one chuckle. I'm going to double down. I know. Less chuckles.
Oh, no. We'll work it out before next week. It'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Until then?
Oh, until then, I've been Gareth Blackler.
I have been James Barron.
And we'll see you on the dark side of the... Hello, Gareth speaking.